Let's see some ID, pal.
AM 1610, KMPC Ponsford.
The station that reaches the beaches and rocks the shores.
Hey, it's Marvin here at AM 1610 KMPC. I'm going to start out with music news. Ronnie Radke, the former vocalist for Escape the Fate, was released from jail in December. The story behind his jail time is confusing and has many sides to it, but the gist of it is that he was defending a friend in a fight. Somebody brought a gun and somebody was killed. Ronnie had to do the jail time for it, even though it wasn't his fault. Escape the Fate eventually replaced him permanently with Craig Mabbitt, the former vocalist for Breasts to Fall. While Ronnie was still in jail, anyhow, Ronnie's back and supposedly heavier than ever. And his new band, Falling in Reverse, debuts on the 27th of this month with the album The Drug in Me Is You. The single, Raised by the Wolves, has already been released, and the song The Drug in Me Is You has a music video. Pick it up in stores. Speaking of music videos, Pierce Seville released a music video for Bulletproof Love about a week ago. This San Diego band has been touring the Vans Warped Tour along with other bands such as Chiodos and Atreyu. They said that they were going to write some more tunes during the summer, and I personally hope so. The System is back on a tour after about a 5-year hiatus. System of a Down is now touring in Europe, but I hope they make it over here soon. There hasn't been any confirmation of a new studio release, but we're all hoping. Judas Priest is on their last global tour, so try to catch them in Illinois later this year. That's all for music news. Now we're going to go to William's Book Corner.
Hi, I'm William Marquardt, and today I'm going to be talking about the series by Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The books are The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. The main character is Percy Jackson, son of Poseidon. My favorite book in the series is The Lightning Thief. Percy is blamed for stealing Zeus's lightning bolt, the symbol of his power, and was given to the summer solstice to give it back. Grover is his best friend and protector. He goes through all the hardships with Percy and is determined to keep him alive. Annabeth is a daughter of Athena, who decided to go with him on his quest for the lightning bolt. She is a strong fighter and a great strategist and can get them out of many situations, each one more dangerous than the last. They all have to go on an extraordinary adventure to find the lightning bolt before the time is up. The next one I'm going to talk about is The Last Olympian. In this book, Kronos, the Titan Lord of Time, attacks Manhattan, and Percy has to defend it with only 40 demigods, 30 hunters of Artemis, and 500 centaurs. They have to defend against the Lord of Time himself, thousands and thousands of monsters, and Percy Jackson has to defend against his own prophecy.
Thanks, William. Alright, now we're going to play some tunes.
You know what's worth fighting for when it's not worth dying for? Does it take your breath away and you feel yourself suffocating? Does the pain weigh out the pride? Did someone break your heart inside? You're in ruins. 121 guns. Lay down your arms and give up the fight. 121 guns. Throw up your arms into the sky, you and I. When you're at the end of the road and you lost all sense of control and your thoughts have taken their toll, when your mind breaks the spirit of your soul, your faith walks on broken glass, and the hangover doesn't to live and let die, and you can't get another try. Something inside this heart has died. You're in ruins. 121 guns. Lay down your arms and give up the fight. 121 guns. Throw up your arms into the sky. 121 guns. Lay down your arms and give up the fight. 121 guns. Throw up your arms into the sky. You and I.
Alright, that was 21 Guns by Green Day. Welcome back to AM 1610 KMPC Ponsford. Now Kyle is going to teach us some knots, so get your ropes out.
Thanks, Marvin. Hello, everybody. I'm Kyle, and today I'm going to tell you how to tie the square knot and the bowline. So the square knot, you take one end of the rope and the other end, and you kind of like twist it in like this, like the starting of the shoelace thing. And then you do the opposite thing with the other, and you pull, and you should be able to play with it if you did it correctly. And so the bowline, start with a loop, and you take the one that is on top, and you go under and over and around and through the loop, and then you pull, and you should get out with the bowline thing looking. So thanks everybody.
Alright, Kyle, thank you. That was an interesting way to teach some knots. Now it's time for Weather with Ben.
Hello, my name is Ben, and I am here to talk to you about the weather here at Many Point. When me and my troop arrived here, it was sunny and warm. It was very nice. When I woke up in the morning, on Monday, I was surprised that it was a little bit cold. It stayed cold for most of the morning, but as the day proceeded, it started to warm up. It was nice and sunny in the afternoon and a little hot. At night, it starts to cool off again. It stays cool for the night. Tuesday through Wednesday had the same weather, cold in the morning and night, and warm and sunny during the day. But then Thursday morning, it started to rain, but quickly ended. It was a little bit colder on Thursday than it had been on the other days. After lunch, it got warmer in the night, and at night it cooled off. Friday morning, it rained a lot, but not for very long, and it started to warm up again. That was the weather for the week here at Many Point.
Alright, thanks for the update, Ben. It's pretty fickle out there, huh? Now we're going to have some time with Matthew's Book Corner.
My name is Matthew Meyer, and I will be talking about the Heroes of Olympus and the Kane Chronicles. My favorite book in the Heroes of Olympus so far is The Lost Hero. Jason goes to Camp Half-Blood after he had his memories wiped. He is the son of Jupiter, the Roman personality of Zeus. Leo is Jason's best friend and the son of Hephaestus. Piper is the daughter of Aphrodite. The Mist, a magical force, gave Piper memories of her dating Jason that never really happened. They're at the Grand Canyon Museum. They get attacked by storm spirits, which Jason defeats with a gold sword that he doesn't know how he got. Annabeth comes in a flying chariot and takes them to Camp Half-Blood. Hera comes in a vision to Jason and tells him to free her. Later, he gets a prophecy from the oracle telling him that he must go on a quest to free Hera from a cage. They go on an exhilarating adventure filled with the most evil villains from the past, rising from the dead, and at the same time fighting the Earth itself. There is another series by Rick Riordan called The Kane Chronicles. The two books in this series so far are The Red Pyramid and The Throne of Fire. My favorite of these two is The Red Pyramid. It starts out with Carter and Sadie Kane, who are brother and sister. They go to a British museum where the Rosetta Stone explodes, and they're infused with the powers of Horus and Isis. Also, in the explosion, Set, the god of evil, is released into the mortal world. Carter and Sadie Kane, accompanied by the cat goddess Bast, have to go and find a way to defeat Set and send him back into the duat. But during this adventure, they are being chased by all the magicians in the House of Life and the minions of Set. It is a race against time for the mortal world.
Thanks for the insight, Matthew. Now we're going to play some more music.
Tired of being what you want me to be, feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. Can't you see that you're smothering me, holding too tightly, afraid to lose control? 'Cause everything that you thought I would be has fallen apart right in front of you. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. And every second I waste is more than I can take. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know I may end up failing too, but I know you were just like me, with someone disappointed in you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Tired of being what you want me to be. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Tired of being what you want me to be.
All right, that was Numb by Linkin Park. Now we're going to go to Jarrett with the Merit Badge update.
Hello, my name is Jarrett, and I'm going to tell you about my favorite merit badge that I am taking this week, which is the Shotgun Merit Badge. Shotgun is my favorite merit badge because you get to learn important safety rules and how to use different types of shotguns effectively. In every firearm merit badge, you have to learn how to use it safely. You get to clean shotguns and learn the shotgun fundamentals, which are always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction, always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to fire, and always keep your gun unloaded and the action open until ready to use. In the shotgun merit badges, you also get to learn how to use a shotgun properly. The first thing you learn is the proper stance. You stand with your feet spread a little farther than your shoulder span, knees bent slightly, and then you lean forward. Then you learn where you should aim. You should shoot at a still target to do this. If you don't hit the target in the middle, you aim the opposite direction. The only bad things about shotgun merit badge is that there is an age requirement and a fee. Thanks for listening to me, and enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
This is Eric Knutson from Mini Point Scout Camp. Up here, we got some pretty weird food, hey?
Down here in Texas, we have lots of food. Here's John Landry right here.
Well, don't you know, we got deep-fried Twinkies up here, homemade.
We got deep-fried Oreos, best thing in Texas.
What's that there Texas accent about?
Yeah, you just kind of get a couple A's in there, a little low. Pretty good.
What?
Anyways, at my favorite Mexican restaurant, every chip is 25 calories because they deep fry it in lard.
No wonder why you're all so fat, eh?
Yep, natural Texans.
Yerp.
So down in Texas, we have lots of fried food. We got fried Twinkies, fried cookie dough, fried Coke, fried coffee, fried corn dogs, chicken fried steak, chicken fried chicken. That's about it.
That's quite a bit of fried food there, eh?
Yeah, it really gets us stuffy.
I'll bet.
Yeah, all of us fill up in about 10 seconds on our chicken fried steak.
Why is that there Texas state so big?
Well, back then, states were being made, and Texas just so happened to get a big one.
What about California? That's a pretty big state. What about Alaska? They even bigger.
Yep, Alaska got really lucky. They got a big one.
Yes, they do, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right there.
Well, this is a weekend update. Have a good weekend.
Well, there you go. Have a good night, eh?
All right, now it's time for our final song. It's been nice, but it's time to pack up. This is When Two Are One by Atreyu.